All right. Hi, everybody. This is Shantastic Shine here with the Shine Time Studios podcast. And Shine Time Studios is a promotional crew that is really trying to help shine the light on local businesses, projects, events, and so much more. And today's interview is with Christopher Selomon Closson, who has gone to school for creative writing and film directing and successful strategies for business. But really what we want to focus on today is his project Bring Me to Life. And he is the founder and creator of Project Bring Me to Life. It started out as a journey from the southwest Michigan to northern Colorado, and he was trying to find his spirit and just published it into YouTube and so many more things. And Project Bring Me to Life has become its own entity pretty much. It's branched out, and we are proud to be a partner project with them. And you can find out more information on them at projectbringmetolife.com. But today I'm going to introduce Christopher and allow him to share his story. So how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey there. Thank you. It was actually Nederland, Colorado, which is just just next to Boulder, Colorado. So that is where I ended up on my first trip. And what did you ask me?
Well, let's just talk about a little bit how Project Bring Me to Life got started. What made you go on this trip?
Let's see. Well, I really started off with the Japan tsunami. I don't know if you remember the huge tsunami that happened in Japan in 2010, around May. And that got me looking into a lot of videos. And I honestly started off looking at a lot of conspiracy theories and went down a lot of rabbit holes with, what was happening in our government. And really just started seeking information about different ideologies, about different philosophies, and somehow that led to meditation. And so I started off doing 10-minute meditations to clear my chakras, because I started learning about chakras around that time. And it was really hard for me at first to start meditating, but, I really got into it. And after only a few months of meditating, I had a Kundalini awakening where I was just staring at myself in the mirror. And I froze stiff and I couldn't move. And I watched as my face shifted to 10 to 20 different faces. And then I closed my eyes, and all of a sudden everything started exploding with energy, and then a few months later, I had a panic attack.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Sounds like quite the journey. How about you tell us a little bit about some of your other experiences on the journey? What are some other places you visited? Did you, you said you were looking for different paths. Did you study different religions or different just lifestyles?
That's a really good question. Well, my first trip, I really honestly started Project Bring Me Life late 2010 with the idea, and then got it going in 2011 during the summertime. And I left my two jobs that I was currently working because I didn't feel fulfilled, and I wanted that adventure in life, and I really honestly wanted to find spirituality and get away from society and material objects, because I was getting really turned off by the material world. So I started off in Bridgman, Michigan, and I went to Coldwater to say bye to my mom, and that was really, really sad, saying bye, just because I didn't know when I was going to come back to Michigan or be back in anywhere near Michigan. I had no idea what I was going to do. I just packed up all my stuff, and I was going to go and see what happens. So I got stuck in Columbus, Ohio, or it was Columbus, Indiana, I believe. And my car got stuck, and I had to get it fixed there. And then I went to Nebraska and stayed in Nebraska for about less than a week. And then I went to Colorado. And by the time I made it to Colorado, my car was falling apart, so I had to scrap that for $200, and then I started hitchhiking from there.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So you went on this journey pretty much alone. Did you intend on going on it alone?
No, actually, I had invited many people to come with me because I wanted to share this story. I wanted to share what I was seeking because I knew a lot of, society was stuck in that materialistic viewpoint. And I wanted to share this adventure with everybody. So I invited anybody who wanted to come. And there was one person who said, "This sounds amazing. I would like to come." And then I was like, "All right, great." And then she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend wants to come too." And I was like, "Okay, great." And then that didn't happen. I really honestly feel like, they didn't really want to come, but they did want to come. They just weren't set up for that type of adventure.
Well, it sounds like the universe wanted you to experience it on your own and
Yes.
have an individual story that's much different than many people that have went on spiritual journeys themselves. So you went on this journey. You got the idea for Project Bring Me to Life. What made you pick the name Project Bring Me to Life?
That's a good idea. Really, I felt like I was asleep. I was stuck in slumber, and it was really honestly a journey of coming to life, of me coming to life, of me waking up, which is one of the slogans that we still use to this day. And I believe I was listening to the Evanescence song "Wake Me Up" and "Bring Me to Life," and just the lyrics really resonated with me at that time. And I decided what I'm doing is a sort of a project, and so Project Bring Me Life just sort of came out, and it's stuck.
Yeah, it's definitely branched out for sure. You use the term waking up and awakening. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to awaken or wake up from your slumber? Do you think a lot of people are just now waking up or still asleep?
Yeah, I feel there are waves. So in 2010 to 2011, there were a wave of people who were awakening to spirituality. And when I say awaken or when I say wake up, it's really just some of those feelings and some of those ideas and philosophies that have been lying dormant within ourselves that we've always known were there, and we just it's sort of like the awkward elephant in the room. It's there, you just don't want to acknowledge it because you're afraid of what it may bring up. So when I say wake up, it's really letting those come out and allowing yourself to really be yourself.
That's beautiful. So we've talked about waking up, we've talked about awakening and how the project got its name. So now let's talk about where the project is today. Did you ever plan on it becoming something for other people to be such a part of? And did you expect the project to grow? Tell us a little bit about what's happening now.
So I've really, ever since the very beginning, ever since June 2011, I've always tried to include as many people as I could, and music has been a big part of that. I started off outreaching to people on YouTube who didn't have a whole lot of views or subscribers because I felt it was good to connect with people who were just starting, just as Project Bring Me Life was starting. And after 2011, I came back and I was going to start a new season of Project Bring Me Life, or just a second trip in 2012. And, well, it's a whole crazy story, but at the end of 2012, I ended up losing my camera on my way back to California and all the footage with it. So after that, I just sort of allowed Project Bring Me Life to fade, and I didn't really think about it or try to do anything with it until I came to Shantastic Studios July 2014. So for 2 years it was just sitting there waiting for something to happen with it, and I had 40 Facebook likes in July 2014, and now we have almost 900, and it's May 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. And it's pretty amazing how it's really transformed this year, especially with connecting with you, Shantastic Shine, and a lot of people see it and they love what we're doing, and we've connected with a lot of artists, visionary artists, and people who make handmade things, and musicians are a huge part of the project. We have spiritual guides, healers, we have writers, and we have supporters. We're starting to get sponsors now, so.
Yeah, and Showtime Studios is really excited to be a sponsor for Project Bring Me to Life, because I feel like our missions both just mesh so well together. That's totally why both projects seem to have taken off right around that same time. So Project Bring Me to Life has been a big supporter rather than just being sponsored by Showtime Studios. So it's really awesome to work together, and that's what both projects are really all about. As far as it taking off, did you ever expect it to become a weekly podcast or a weekly video for all of your viewers? Or what? I mean, you started out with just some audio recordings, and now you've got a weekly show. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I honestly thought it was just going to be a documentary, and it's funny when 2012, 2013 came around. I had I wanted to do a podcast because I've been into podcasting for over 5 years now, and I've done it here and there for different companies and organizations, and I knew I wanted to start it again. I knew I wanted to do some podcasting because I just love it very much, and I feel it's important for this world. And the idea of starting a podcast with Project Bring Me to Life came with inspiration from you, Shantastic Shine, from Spaceship Earth, Ashton Robertson, Skywalker, Yogi Magic, or Brendan Brown.
He's got so many names.
Yeah. Nick Melnicki, Paul Kellogg, they all really, really motivated me to get into it. And when I was here at Showtime Studios and we were looking and we found Project Bring Me to Life again, just sitting there waiting, it just clicked, like, why are we doing a podcast with Project Bring Me to Life, as Project Bring Me to Life? It was a perfect time for it to happen.
Yeah, and it manifested rather beautifully, I must say. I can't say enough how much I enjoy being a part of it myself. And now, to be a part of Project Bring Me to Life, what does someone have to do? You have this beautiful website, and it just seems to keep growing. And I'm sure that if there are musicians and artists and spiritual guides and writers and so much more that are listening to this podcast that are just dying to be a part of this project. And how can they do that?
Yeah, so Project Bring Me Life is our market is, if you want to become part of it, as a supporter, that's fine. Musicians, artists, writers, spiritual guides. Really, we have, our mission is to promote global unity, and our main topics of focus are spirituality, metaphysics, and holistic health. And so if you resonate with those, and that's mainly what our style is. So we're looking for artists and musicians who are spiritual, who have a spiritual message, and who are into the topics that we're into.
So you're basically you've provided a platform for I don't know what to call it, the underground or the other scene to
New Age.
Yeah, the New Age scene to really get themselves out there. It's like a news platform. They don't have to be on the most popular TV show, but now everyone's on the internet these days. So it's a good idea to have a platform such as a podcast or a video web show to really support those arts. And you're really able to reach a different crowd and target audience of people, which is beautiful. So to be a part of that, they can join through the website. There's a section on the website for that?
Yeah, you just go to projectbringmetolife.com, and there's a join the project button, and you just click join the project, and there's a little sign up form, and you can sign up to be anything such as a musician or an artist, a guide, writer, healer, supporter, sponsor. It's all there.